The time travel problem is more complicated than it seems. This is day 2 of posting every day on YouTube to see where it brings my channel, and today I want to talk about how the time travel problem is actually an issue with a coordinate system. Let me explain. Let's just say the technology for a time machine works. You were able to travel back in time, but let's just say it just traveled your body anywhere in space back in time. Everyone knows that the Earth rotates, right? That's why we have a day and night cycle. The Earth rotates 465 meters per second. So if you were sent back 1 second into the past, you would be sent back 465 meters west. But that's not it. The Earth is also orbiting around the sun. The Earth rotates around the sun at a rate of 29,780 meters per second. So just considering those two factors, if you went back in time 1 second, you would be sent 30,000 meters away from Earth. The sun is also orbiting the black hole at the center of our galaxy. The orbit rate is 230 kilometers per second. So if you went back in time 1 second, considering these three factors, you would be sent back in time 260 kilometers away from Earth. And that's not it either. The Milky Way is also hurling itself through the universe at a rate of 2.1 million kilometers per hour, which is at a rate of 583 kilometers per second. So if you were sent back in time considering these four factors, you would be sent away from Earth over 600 kilometers away from it. But the complications don't end there. For any two bodies in space, they share a common center of gravity. And both of those objects orbit that center of mass. So with the Earth and the Moon doesn't just orbit the Earth. They both orbit the center of gravity between each other. This is called the barycenter. That would also have to go into the calculations for where you would end up in 1 second. And orbits, they're not perfectly circular. But even if they were circular, as the sun orbits around the center of the Milky Way galaxy, it goes up and down. It's not flat. There are so many things you'd actually have to consider just to travel back in time 1 second. You would basically have to just predict where the Earth would be, considering everything in the universe. You would also have to consider other star systems. The closest star system to us, it is also pulling on our solar system, and we're pulling back. But that does mess with your exact point in space. And let's just say you were able to figure all of this out. The Earth used to rotate faster in the past. There's so many other factors that I could talk about here, but to truly solve this issue, you would have to make a coordinate system for the universe, and I don't know if that's possible.